Welcome back to my series, How to Sew That Thing. And today I'm going to show you how to shorten a sweatshirt sleeve and how to tighten the cuff. So first you're going to mark the new length of your sleeve while you're wearing your sweatshirt. I want mine to hit just below my knuckles and I'm marking that with chalk. Next we're going to measure our seam allowance. Mine is 1/4 inch and we're going to make note of that for later. And now we'll measure the length of the cuff. Mine is 2 3/8 of an inch. From that we're going to subtract our seam allowance, which is 1/4 inch. And we're going to use this measurement and mark a line above the first line that we marked. Then we're going to seam rip the cuff off of the sleeve. And then we're going to turn it inside out. Next we'll try it on to see how much tighter we want to make it, and I just mark that with a pin. I make a little chalk mark before I unfold the cuff, then making sure the seam is at the top, I lay it flat and pin along the marking. Now we'll sew across this line with a zigzag or lightning stitch, and then trim off the excess seam allowance. Then turn the cuff back to the right side. Now going back to the sleeve, we're going to cut along the second chalk line that we marked. Now we're going to quarter both the sleeve and the cuff. And this is literally just placing 4 pins equally along the perimeter of the sleeve and the cuff. Now we'll take our sleeve and place it inside of the cuff, right sides together, aligning the raw edges. Then we'll just match up all the cliffs and pin the cuff to the sleeve and make sure that your seams are matched up. The sleeve is going to be a little bit bigger than the cuff, but don't worry because we're going to stretch it as we sew it and they'll match up perfectly. I find it easier to sew with the free arm, so remove the bottom of the machine if you can. Slide the sleeve over the arm and then we're just going to sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, stretching the sleeve to match the cuff length gently as we go. And that is basically it. This is what it should look like when it's done. You can also add a top stitch with a twin needle if you want, or a zigzag, but that's up to you. You can also use this method to fix a neckline and it's super easy. I don't know why I waited so long to fix this sweatshirt, but that is how you do it. There are going to be 25 more of these videos. I promise I'm going to finish this series, so if there's something you want to see, let me know in the comments.